Hi everyone, my name is Kevin. In this video I'm going to show you how you can create a beautiful and professional blog like this. I'll teach you how to make a section, how to create category, how to create pages, how to customize your posts, as well as how to create a contact us form where people can come and send direct messages in your inbox. Now, if you're interested, stay tuned. How to buy a domain name and host your website on internet. Now, to host your domain name online, you have to go to your web browser and then type hostgetter.com, then place enter. After that, you click on hosting, then choose a shared hosting. You have a different hosting plan, but you have to choose the hatchling plan since it is the most affordable. Now, the first thing you have to do is to check whether your domain name is available. For those of you who don't know what is domain name is simply the name of your website. Example, the domain name for Google is google.com. The domain name for Facebook is facebook.com. My domain name, I want to call it dream.careers. Dream career. .online. My domain name is not available. Let me change the name of my domain name. I wanna call it mine. Now this domain name is available. To continue, you have to choose how many months you want to pay at once. You can choose either to pay a single month, 6 months, 12 months, and 6 months at once. The more months you pay at once, the more reduction you get. But I'm gonna choose the 12-month plan. Now they ask you to create a HostGetter account by typing your email address. Here they ask you to insert your security PIN that will be used when you get an issue and you approach HostGetter to support you. Make sure you remember the number that you have entered. And on this section they will ask you to enter your billing info. You know, my first name is Sarimano, the second name is Kevin, company it is optional, phone number it is a must, address it is a must, a country where you live in, the city, Then here they ask you the name that appear on credit card. Then I'm not going to enter my credit card number here and the CVV code. I'm sure you're gonna do it by yourself. Now the next thing that you have to do is to uncheck this security lock, because we can do it by ourselves without paying any penny. Another thing you have to do is to click their terms and condition. The last thing you have to do is to click on checkout and pay the HostGator fees. After that, they will give you the username and password that will be using to log into your website. So after buying domain name and hosting a website online, the next thing you have to do is to log into your WordPress website by coming into your browser and type your domain name, /wp-admin, then press enter. Then you fill your username, then click on login. Another thing you have to do is to clean these things. And come to plugins. Select these pre-installed plugins. Click here and then click on delete and then apply. Another thing you have to do is to install a theme. Just a theme will help our website to have a header and a footer. We come here to appearance, then to theme. By default, usually a WordPress comes with 3 pre-installed themes, but none I can recommend to you. To get your theme, you click here on add new. There are thousands of themes, but the one we'll be using for our blog is called Cadence. This is it. You click on install, then activate. After that, you delete those pre-installed themes. It is not good to use to have a theme which you don't use. It decreases the speed of your website. Also, it might cause some security vulnerable. Now, another thing we have to do is to create the page for our website. disable this pop-up. Then here you type the name of your page. I'm going to call it home. Then click on that icon with a pen. Here you choose a full width. Then click on publish. We come back to our dashboard. Then click on add new page again. The second page you want to have is contact us page, where people can send a direct message to your email. Then you click on publish. Then come back on our dashboard. We are going to select and delete the pre-installed pages which we don't need. Click on apply. Another thing we have to do is to come on plugin and add the plugin that we want. For those of you who don't know what plugin is, plugins are just like applications which expands the functionality of your website. Example, if you want to have a booking on your website, you have to install a plugin that will allow you to do that. If you want to have a social media icon within your post where people can share your blogs that you have written to different social media platforms, you have to install a plugin that allows you that. Now, the first plugin that we need to build our blog is called Elementor. Click on install now, then activate. It brings this pop-up, but you have to click on back. We also need this essential add-on for Elementor. Elementor kit, which will allow us to edit our footer and header. We also need a contact form 7. A plugin that allows us to create a form for sending a message to our website. The next plugin that we would like to have is called Elementor. This will allow us to have a newsletter on our blog. The last plugin we would like to add to our website is called Now with WP. Now we are done with installing the needed plugins and theme. Now, before we start designing our blog, let us first look like how it is. click here, and then we open in another tab. Now this is how our blog is looking like, and I would like to edit and perfect it as if it is a BBC blog. Let us first have a look at how BBC is looking like before. Now I would like to have a blog that looks quite similar to this one. This is the hero section, news section, sports section. This is the advert, which is on sidebar. So basically I would like to have a section like this and another section which looks like this. Now to do that, we have to come back on our dashboard, then go to settings, then to permalinks. We have to choose a post name, then click on save changes. Another thing we have to do is to come to setting again, and then to reading, choose a static page, and then choose our home page, then click on save changes. The next thing we would like to have on our website is to create a categories where we'll be keeping different news that we have created on our blog. Now for the purpose of this tutorial, I would like to have 3 categories, namely sport category, economy category, and political category. Now to do that, we have to come here on post, then click on categories. Usually WordPress comes with an categorized category where all the posts made without having category are pressed, but I don't want to have an categorized category on my website. I have to edit by clicking on it. I'm gonna call it others. Scroll down, then click on update. The first category I want to have is sport. The second category I want to have is economy. The third category I would like to have is politics, where we'll be placing all news related to politics. Now another thing we have to do is to create a menu. Now to do that, we have to come here on appearance, then click on menu, have to give it a name. I'm gonna call it Kevin, which is my own name. Then it is the primary menu, you tick to it, then you click on create menu. Then here, that is where you select the pages and categories that you want to appear on menu. Now I click here on view all. I'd like to have home page, contact us page, then you click on add to menu. I would like to also have a categories pages on my menu. I'd like to have economy, politics, as well as sport. And here you can arrange your menu. I would like to have a contact us page on the last. You can also make a sub-menu. If I make it like this, it means that a politics will be a sub-menu of economy. You can also change it to what it was before. Then you click on save menu, and it seems like we are done with setting up our WordPress website. The next thing you have to do is to start creating a blogs for our website. Now, to do that, you have to come here on post, then click add new. Then that is where you write the title of your blog. My title is Chelsea have sacked Thomas Tuchel. Now you can click here on this plus button and then have a different element that you can have on your website. You can add a paragraph, you can have an image, you can have a heading, you can have a list, gallery, images, link, and many more. Now I would like to have a paragraphs. Since this is tutorial, I'm gonna insert a dummy text. Let me select one paragraphs. Then you paste it. And you can also add the image, as I said. Click on plus button, then you choose image option, then click on upload. Let me choose this photo of mine. You can also continue to write your blog by adding either paragraphs or photo, even videos, among many things. Then the next thing we are going to have is to set the featured image. To set the featured image, have to come and click on featured image. I'm gonna add the photo that I have prepared in advance. Let me choose this one. wait as the website is uploading the featured image. We are done with uploading our featured image. You click on set it. Here on accept, this is where you show a brief description of your article. Let me select a short paragraph to show. Then here on discussion, you can either choose to allow comment or not to allow it. Now for my purpose, I don't want to have a comment on my blogs. After that, I click on publish, then publish. And we have written our first blog. Now to save your time, I would like to ask you to create a more post so that we can have something to work with. I'm going to do it off camera, and then I will come back later designing our blog the same as BBC is designed. So after creating our post, we have to come here on pages, then click on all pages, then click on edit with Elementor in another tab. Then this is where we are going to design our blog. Now to start, we have to click here on plus button, then choose this structure, then come here on element, choose a NWP. This is the plugin that allows us to have a professional design on our blog. Now before I start designing our blog, let us have a look at how BBC sections look like. You can see the first section is composed by 5 posts, followed by another section with 3 posts, another category with 3 posts, and that is how I want my blog to look like. Now to start, as I said, I have to come here, then choose this section. Now you can see how my blog starts to look like. Then come here to edit so that I can remove some things which are not necessary. Come here on styles and layout, turn off category, turn off date and post views. I would like to have another sections composed by 3 posts from different category. The first category that I want to add is sport. Now to do it, you click here, then you come on element, type NWP, bring the classic grid, drop it there, then come have to find by filter by category. I got it. Now you click here, then you choose the category that you want to add. The category that I want to have is this one. Click on it and then click on insert. After that, I would like to have a title above my sections, as well as to have a space between the above section and below section. Now to do it, you have to come here on advanced and link all the values, then add padding of 50, then come back to our section, click on it, scroll down, then add widget header. I'm gonna call it sport news. And we can, here on text color, I would like to change from black to white. Also background color, I would like to have a blue. Now that's it. I would like to add another section by clicking here, then choose this structure, come back to our element, then choose NWP, I would like to have this classic blog, then come here on filter by category, and I'm gonna choose politics, then click on insert. Alright, now I would like to end with my design by clicking here and coming back to our structure, then click on element, type NWP again, come back on post grid, click on filter by category, then add the economy, click on insert, I'd like to change the column from 3 to 2. I also have to increase the number of posts from 3 to 4. To change the number of columns, come here on styles and layout, then you can either decrease or increase depending on your needs. Now, after designing our blog, click here on update. Now, to see how our blogs look like, you click here on view changes. Now, this is the hero section. This is another section composed by sport news, and this is another section composed by politics news, and this is another section composed by economy. Now, I would like to have here the header and to increase the space between this section and this one. Now, to do it, I have to come back here on my page, click on this pencil icon, then come back on element, go to advanced, unlink all patterns, let me add the padding of 50 again. Also, I'd like to have a widget header over my section. Now, to do it, click here on this little pencil, then come here, then choose widget header, then you type the title of your section. It is called economy. Again, you change the text color. Mine, I want it to be pure white, but background from green to blue. Then click on update. Let me come back to our blog. Now we are done with designing the home page of our blog, and as you can see, we have the categories pages where all the news related to a single categories are placed. On home page we just add the few ones, but if you want to go deep into a certain category, you can click on each page and find all the news related to that category. See, you have economy, you have politics, as well as sport. Now the last thing I would like to add on our blog is a contact us page. Now to edit, to design it, you have to click on it. Then click here on edit page. Then click on edit with Elementor. You have to wait a little bit as the website is being loaded. Now, the first thing I would like to have on a contact page is a background image. Now to do that, you have to click on plus button, click on first section, then you have to increase also the size of our section. We click on it and then come here on layout, scroll down to default, then you choose minimum height. Let's decrease the size from 400 maybe to 250. I think it looks nice. Now and then click on here element, drag and drop image option, then choose the image that we want to have on our website. Choose the image that I want to use and then upload it. After that, I click on insert. Now to add the background image, you click on edit section, then come on style, choose a classic background, then click on plus button, then choose the image that you want to use, then click on insert media. I would like to change its position from default to center. Attachment, that's okay. Repeat, that's okay, but the size I want to be a cover. Now you can see that our background image really looks nice. Also, I would like to add a text on this image so that people can know that they are on Contact Us page. To do that, I come and click here on Element, drag and drop text heading option. Contact Us. I want to press it on the center. Also change its color. I think white really looks good. Typography. Here what I will do is to change the font from Roboto to Railway. Click on Railway, then you have to increase the size, maybe 40 is really good. Now I would like to add the two section here, which will be composed by our contact details, a Google map which will guide people to where we work or where we are located, as well as a contact form. Now to do that, have to click here on the plus button, then choose two columns. Now the next thing I want to add is to start the kind of like designing our columns that we have added. Now the number one thing that I want to add in is an icon list. Click on it, then drop it. Now the first thing that I want to have on the icon list is a contact, a phone number, sorry. I would like to change the button from what it is available to phone, because that what the icon list is all about. I like this icon that I selected. Click on insert. Also to edit the second item, scroll down here and then click on it to kind of like expand it. Then I would like to include an email address. Let me first of all choose the email icon. Do that. I click on this icon. I have to come here and type mail. I have to type our email, which is garnettkevin@gmail.com. Now the last icon that we are going to add is maybe our working hours, in case you want to highlight the time that you are available for working. Now to do that, you come and click here. Maybe you work from Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to maybe 9 p.m. I have to add a clock button so that people will easily identify the working hour icon list. Now the next thing I want to add is a Google map, as I said. Come here and type a map, then click on it. Here on location, this is where you type where you are. Let me write Miami, Florida. Then here that says on Zoom, this is where you either increase or decrease the zoom to show where you are really located. You can bring it closer if you want to show where you are exactly. Then here on height, you can really increase how tall your map is. Maybe let me make it 350. That will be really nice. The next thing I want to change is how this icon list looks like. Come on style, then click on icon. The color has to be black. The size also has to be increased so that people can read the icons easily without having to stretch their eyes. Here on alignment, you can place your icons either on left, on right, or on the center, but on the left it's really good. Here on text, you can change the color, the hover. For those of you who don't know what hover is when someone presses a cursor on something and it changes the color. Let me show you how it works. Maybe let me choose a yellow and choose this one. You can see that when I press a cursor on email, the color changes. Typography have to be that way. Also the size of icons, you can determine it. Maybe 25 will be good. the weight have to be increased. Yeah. Now here on the first section, I would like to have a contact form. Now to do that, we have to come here on the back end of our website. You remember there is a plugin that we have installed called a contact. You can see it here on dashboard. If you don't see it, it means that there is a step that you have skipped. Now to add a contact as form on our website, we click on it. Then scroll down, click on contact form, edit. And click on mail. Here that is written to 2. This is where you can choose where on which email the message that comes from a website will be received. You can choose that the admin will be the one who receives the email. Also you can choose someone else who will be receiving the email that comes from your website. Now to add our contact form, have to scroll down here, then click on save. We have to copy this code, then come back on our page. Here there is an element called shortcode. You click on it, then drop it here, then paste our contact form code that we have copied, then click on apply. You see, now the form has been added. It is composed by the name, the email, the subject, and the message. Now another thing that I want to change on this section is to increase its size to kind of like differentiate it from being closer to the background image. The size has to be 450. Now we have completed our contact us page. You can see that it is composed by phone number, email, and working hours, Google Map, as well as a contact form.